So here we are driving from New York, Queens, towards Manhattan, and then towards New Jersey, where this route is usually really, really congested of cars. We're near the Brooklyn Bridge, and right now we're going to cross from Queens to Manhattan through the Manhattan Bridge. So, like I said, it's usually very, very crowded. Right here, you can see a few cars still, but we came through the BQE, and it was really, really, really light. So, New York right now has become the biggest focus or eye of the storm in the world. Like more cases, more rapidly, more than even China mainland. And people think that New York doesn't have any discipline, which I share, but not 100%, because you don't know what it is to drive around here at any time, and we're always stuck, no matter the day and the time. This bridge is really stuck. You can show over there where the Empire State area is, so they can figure out where we are right now. All that is the city of Manhattan, and we're gonna end up right now in Canal Street or Canal Street, where the Chinatown is, and Little Italy, and that usually is really, really full of cars, and we're like, actually, this is not Canal Street, this is Delancey. Right now is usually completely full of cars, and it takes a long time to get to the main Manhattan door, which is coming right now. Today is Saturday, 3:45 p.m. This is usually near a peak time. So New York is protected. There's not many people out there, but it's still a city that you can't really prevent people from going out. There's so much going on in the city, probably the main city in the world, and that's something you can't stop. Probably 70%, 80% is at home right now. But you're never going to see this like completely calm like any other city in the world, especially if it's not a main city. Many people have to still go out there, and it's a risk because many people still have to go and pay their mortgages, pay the rent. And how do you do that if you have to stay home and you can't produce an income to pay that, which in New York is a really big bill, whether it's the mortgage or the rent. So how do you do that if you just make your income on a day by day basis? How do you do that? Sometimes it's the only choice that you have. You want to eat, you have to go out there and make your income. And that's why people getting infected. That's why the spread goes on and on. Because it's nearly impossible to prevent people from going out. You see, the street is usually really congested. Right now we're going through like it's any other neighborhood. Look around the streets, there's not people around. So you cannot prevent this from people going out in the street in New York, but it's a very, very good discipline going on in New York anyway. But I think the percentages are still not good enough. We're waiting on a red light here, and I'm going to show you in a few minutes what it looks like to cross through the Holland Tunnel from Manhattan to New Jersey. Got the other lane here. And I had to go to New York. I live in New Jersey, but I had to go to New York because, like many other, I still have to produce some income. And but what I do is kind of safe because I work for some banks and I have to do some inspections for banks, but I don't have to be in contact with anyone. I can get in the properties. I have some special access, so I just have to walk through the places and inspect them, and that's all I have to do. Today I was driving a lot, and I don't get a lot out of the car really. As you see, like everything is empty. This is the Soho area, Manhattan, Soho, Manhattan. Saturday at this time is usually like peak, full of people. I barely see anybody in the street really. Everything is closed. I don't even see essential commercial commercial openings going on. Like nothing. Whatever you see in the street is mostly action of people in cars, and rarely you're gonna see anyone on the sidewalk. And we're talking about Manhattan, probably the capital of the world. So for those who think that we don't have discipline, we do have discipline. However, it's impossible to contain everyone and preventing everyone 100% from going out and having to come up with some specific activity. But everything is closed. Everybody's following what the governor says, what Trump says. Look at the sidewalk. This is one of the busiest areas in the world. And look, almost nobody in the streets. What I would like to see is, however, those little amount of people that I see in the street, I would like to see them all with masks and gloves. Now, those little amount of people that are out there are mostly without masks in this part. Now, New Jersey is different. In New Jersey, there's more consciousness. Look at this part. Usually, once I get stuck in this precise area here, 3 blocks from the Holland Tunnel, these 4 blocks, I got stuck 4 hours. 4 hours to get through 4 blocks. Right now, it's completely free. You see right now, the next block, you can now see the Holland Tunnel. And I'm going to cut this transmission right after I'm out of the Holland Tunnel, so you can enjoy the ride in the Holland Tunnel. And all these people, or most of these people, are going back to New Jersey. But I want you to see with me what's going on in the worst moment of this pandemic crisis going on. This is the worst part of all, when the U.S. just surpassed China in total amount of people infected. Good news, it's over 100,000 people that have already recovered worldwide. So it's not like saying, people get cancer when they get this. Most people will recover. Some people, unfortunately, can't make it because they have other health issues. And when this type of virus gets in contact with other type of physical issues, it becomes a bigger problem. Now, this is the Holland Tunnel, and it's usually also bumper to bumper almost, especially Saturdays at 4 o'clock p.m. Right now the good part of all this, and I can say it because I drive a lot, is that I enjoy driving like this. That's the positive part of it. The negative part is the reason why. But you have to see the positive, I guess, in everything. And that's what I'm trying to do. Well, I don't want to bore you with this long tunnel trip, so I'll say goodbye, and I'll say goodbye until soon, when I can give you another shot of the city and how it looks.